Hello, my name is Professor Lizzie Ely and I'm the Primary Care Dean for the South West. Thank you for being here today. In this short video, we'll be providing you with an overview of our Learning Organisation Approval process, which was launched in April 2023 in the South West. This is built on work done nationally, which recognises our multidisciplinary workforce in primary care and the value and strength that comes from working at scale across more than one practice. It replaces the previous GP school practice reapproval visits and the multiple processes used by approved educational institutions, or AEIs, for learners placed in primary care. Over the last few years, practices have adapted and evolved the way that they work and want to think differently about how they support their current workforce and ensure they're able to develop the future workforce they need to deliver high quality care to their patients. They found it difficult to manage lots of different processes and navigate some of the more historical models of educational delivery which don't seem to fit with the way they're working now. Today you will hear different people's experiences of our learning organisation approval process. We hope this will give you a sense of what it involves and how it can benefit you, your practice and your learners. If you would like to know more, please do look at our website, which contains detailed guidance, as well as answers to some frequently asked questions. Alternatively, our project team would love to hear from you.
The learning organisation process has been really transformational in its effectiveness in streamlining the approval processes for multi-professional learners. This reflects the evolving landscape of the workforce in general practice. The initiative itself really closely aligns with the NHS Long-Term Workforce Plan, which really looks to contribute to the growth of pipeline and meet the increase in demand for delivering NHS services. Like any new process, it did seem daunting initially. However, following the successful completion of an approval visit, it highlighted that the process was much more straightforward than we first anticipated. Effective communication and developing strong working relationships were really pivotal in this success. The learning organisation process offers numerous advantages. Time is a real precious commodity, and the process of approval at scale for a wide range of learners ensures that the process is time efficient for both the panel and the learning organisation. Another advantage is the opportunity to expand placements to a wider variety of learners. And this really enables learning organisations to think creatively about their future workforce requirements and encourages new learners to consider a career in general practice. The experience of supporting learning organisations has actually been really enjoyable. Both the panel and the organisation have taken valuable insights and inspiration from this process. This has prompted us to take a fresh perspective on approaches to trainee education and support.
Let me start by reassuring you the process is straightforward and is 100% worth it when you are awarded the accreditation. There are only two elements to complete and prepare for, the pre-work and the visit. We approached the pre-work by breaking it down into its component parts and populating it from records we already had in the practice, such as the GP training rotas, training plans, or clinical and non-clinical procedures and policies. We found appointing a lead makes the process quicker and ensures that actions are delegated to experts in the practice, making the process more efficient and manageable. The visit was relaxed, informative and enjoyable, and we really got the impression the visiting panel wanted us to do well and pass, giving us words of encouragement as well as guidance, which makes it feel like a healthy challenge. The visiting panel were with us for around 2 hours and assessed all the evidence we provided in advance and on the day. It's also a good opportunity to showcase how good your practice is and how you provide a space that enables your staff to learn and grow. It's also an opportunity to discuss how you could consider doing things better. Perhaps learning from other local PCNs what their experiences have been and what their best practice looks like, which is all facilitated by the visiting panel. At the end of the session, you will receive detailed feedback enabling you to pull together an action plan for your organisation. What's not to like about that? The Learning Organisation Approval Team wants you to succeed and pass So it's worth emphasising that you have support from the start right through to the end of the process. If anyone is thinking about applying to achieve the Learning Organisation Approval Accreditation, my advice is just do it. You definitely won't regret it.
From a university perspective, being involved in the learning organisation approval process has been hugely beneficial to opening up connections to networks that are often difficult to make just due to the sheer number of practice partners involved. The approval process really enables cohesion across primary care and encourages multi-professional teams to work together and speak collectively. And it's this collective voice that makes it so much easier for universities to work with our primary care partners. The approval process also opens up opportunities to connect with colleagues from other disciplines that we may not traditionally work with, which is beneficial when you're considering alternative placement types such as role emerging placements or leadership and research placements. And I think the learning organisation approval is an important step towards sharing audit and agreement of placement capacity, assured that everyone within the organisation is working to the same quality standards for supporting learners from a whole range of backgrounds and professions.
So, some of the key questions that crop up in discussion about learning organisation approval include: which learners does this relate to? So this is for all multidisciplinary learners in primary care who are either in receipt of tariff or trainer grant for their placement. Question people often ask is, will this change the placements we offer or how the funding is received? And the answer is no. The process doesn't change how you're paid or mean you have to offer any additional placements. Having said that, we hope that by having a conversation in a room with colleagues working at scale, often across a PCN footprint and across multi-professional groups, that there'll be the ability to think about what placements you might want to be providing to meet your workforce needs going forward. We hope that it's a useful opportunity to have conversations about sharing best practice and perhaps thinking about ways of working differently going forward. So what would happen if there's a quality concern in one site? So the learning organisation approval process sits separately but alongside existing quality processes such as supervisor approval, annual returns, escalating concerns, quality panels and NETS data. A concern would still be managed by the most appropriate team at the most appropriate level. The learning organisation approval process provides the chance to meet each other. This can start a conversation about future organisational structure and process to support supervisors and learners. If you'd like to know more, please review the resources and toolkit on the website and have a conversation with your local training hub or the Southwest Learning Organisation project team. Thank you once again for your time and engagement with this process.